Bitcoin has started to enter a very dangerous zone because on low time frame we broke bearishly a few important key structure, and also we lost the key support level at 80k. So I've changed my bias completely on the last few days, and I will show you why and the technical reason I think more down is coming. But also, as always, I will show you where my current bias, current stand will be invalidated, and potentially I will flip bullish again because market is only right, I'm not right, my system is not always right. It's just a matter of trying to look objectively the market right now and then adapt on what is giving us. So this is the market weather bulletin. Today is Monday 25th of May, so stay with me. We will see first the high time frame bias on Bitcoin, we will map some level, and then we will see which trade I currently have and which potential other trade we will find during the coming days. So without further ado, let's move to the chart. So why I believe that Bitcoin is a bit in trouble. So we know that on high time frame we are still downtrending. So we know that this remain a fact that Bitcoin is in this downtrend. So high time frame bias, let's say bearish because of the high time frame downtrend. During this downtrend, we have locally started an uptrend, so a local uptrend here, then we can visualize it in many ways, and this local downtrend was more or less on the high time frame view, this leg here higher, that potentially could have come all the way up here to break the high time frame structure, but so far it didn't, and somehow this leg that was moving higher here at a certain time stopped and was, you will see then in the low time frame chart, broken and started to move to the other direction. So you will see then in more details that we have first this high time frame downtrend, and also locally here we have started to downtrend too. So we do have let's say a very strong confluence of the high time frame trend along with the local time frame or lower time frame trend. So we have two strong indicators that shows a potential direction of the price, that is the bottom right corner of the chart. The other two, let's say, issue that create, let's say, a not very optimistic scenario for Bitcoin is the fact that there was an important resistance level that was flipped as support for a few times at around 79-80k, and also this level was broken and lost again. So we do have high time frame downtrend, low time frame downtrend, and resistance level or support level turned bearish, been broken down and flipped bearishly. So we do have several things that are, let's say, at least giving us not a super nice outlook for Bitcoin. The last one that, let's say, remove most of the bullish argument I could have on price was the low that was formed on Saturday. Sorry for the noise, it's a very windy day outside of the sailboat. Was the low that was formed on Saturday that somehow broke also a relevant structure. So somehow on the 1 hour or on lower time frame we started to have some break on structure here with these lower lows and lower highs, but there was, let's say, still one structure standing, and was more or less this structure here. Now, not to be too much technical, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and higher high. So there was no an higher high after this, so the last relevant higher low was this one at 74.8, and also this was broken. So structurally there is no much left for the uptrend, because most of the structure here show a downtrend specific. Also, and this is probably starting to be a little bit questionable right now, there was the 1 hour trend that was a very nice uptrend indicator on the way up, except this fake here, and this 1 hour trend somehow started to act as resistance on this way here. Now it's more or less potentially being reclaimed, but it's a little bit early to say. So as long as price doesn't move far away from the 1 hour trend, we also have this further confluence on this potential move down. The last was the fact that the range, at least until today or earlier yesterday, range started to break down. So we did have this range that broke down, then we had this range then broke down, and we see here that potentially this range has been now temporarily, or no, not temporary, objectively this range has started to be reclaimed. So we see many reasons for the moment that give us a little bit more bearish bias, or an expectation for a further downtrend, along with the fact that we left on the way up a lot of lows here. So we didn't have a classic, let's say, bottom formation where lows are taken out and then price go up, taken out like this, but we had a sort of movement that is more a move like this, and usually this movement, not all the time, but usually get faded and all these lows are taken out. So let's say I have, and I explained also in the previous episode, I have some more argument. I can find more argument for a bearish bias here than a bullish bias. That is why yesterday I opened a swing short publicly on X that looks more or less like this. Now I don't remember exactly the entry, more or less something like this, aiming at a full move down here to take out all these low, basically based on the fact that this ended up being a bearish deviation on top of this resistance, and based on the fact that locally the structure has turned bearish, and the fact that potentially, we don't know, only time will tell, this could become, I have no certainty as always, could become, let's say, a fresh lower high on this downtrend that is moving down. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, and potentially this has been the lower high, but we will see, only time will tell. So why the invalidation is there? The invalidation is here and not exactly, let's say, on the structural high, because I think here more or less is the line in the sand where this thesis, let's say, that I developed yesterday and I shared publicly, get invalidated. This thesis has, let's say, several components. The first one is, as I say, the high time frame level, whatever, and this level broken down. The second one is the ranges. Okay, so the ranges that we have here, and what I imply with the range is that in a downtrend, usually range are distributive range. So what does it mean? That while the price is going down, somewhere is forming sort of ranges, then these ranges are broken down, and then price continue to go down. So what is happening in a downtrend? That usually these range are distributive range, and if the downtrend has to continue, you have no business to go back inside the old range and move higher. So that's why my stop loss is around here. Now I don't remember exactly, but the concept is this, is the fact that if this was truly a topping distributive range, price should not have business to enter again properly inside this range. Then you will see the confluence. It should not have business not either to break above this range here, but you see, could still do something like this and come down, but should not have business to fully deviate back inside this range. So that's why my invalidation is there. And also my invalidation is, as we said at the very beginning, sorry, let me delete some stuff. So we know this range here. Should not have business to go back inside there, and also should not have a lot of business finding acceptance back above this resistance, because this is a very straightforward concept. Resistance, 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 support, support. If seller are in control, we should not have business to go above there. So I left my stop loss, I think at 81, now I don't remember exactly, somewhere a little bit higher, because if you make a wick is okay, but price should not find acceptance back above. So I explained in the beginning why, let's say, I see, or I have not that I'm predicting or expecting anything, but I have more arguments to be bearish at around this level than bullish, and the fact that where more or less my thesis would be invalidated, and is at around this 80k level, 79, 70k. So as long as we push higher here and we get rejected, I will be still fine, and potentially if this little range form a bearish deviation like this, would be even more convinced on my position. But if price start to find acceptance back above 79, 80k, but especially back above this range, it will show me that this was not the end of the distributive phase, and then probably or we go much higher, or simply we go back above this range, tap the 85, 84, 85k level, and then finally move lower. But so why is this logic? Because usually market to go up or down, it needs to accumulate or distribute. To give you an example, this was a clear distribution schematics with a deviation in top. So once this is done, market go straight down. So if this is truly a distribution, the price should not have business to come back inside here. If it will do for two reasons. One, to redistribute again and then come down. So to take out all the stop of the shorts here, take them all down, really distribute, and then go lower. Or the other option is to continue to go higher. Simply, there is no other reason why the price should come here. It has only two reasons. One is to redistribute again, so to fake out everybody, including me, it will be stopped out, or to resume the uptrend that here was locally interrupted in this local downtrend. So it's a very straightforward. So not saying it will happen for sure, not saying I'm 100% sure of what will happen, but what I'm, let's say, relaxed about is that there is a reason, there is a logic, and this logic has a clear invalidation. If this is a distribution, price should continue to distribute lower and should not accumulate and move higher. So for the moment, let's say this is my main positioning, and let's say the level that I will look mainly is this one. With this, let's say you can use the fixed range volume profile of this little range here to see a little bit the boundaries of that previous range that I explained you is potentially the last distributive range before going lower. And this line on the sand is a support and resistance level just at 79.3, and if you want to add some confluence, but I use this more for visualization, not really for trading, the 1 hour trend that at the moment of recording right now on Monday has been locally reclaimed, but this is more of a swing trade, and I'm not gonna flip-flop according to the 1 hour trend. You see, the 1 hour trend is, let's say, reliable, but can be broken like here, broken like here. I mean, it's for sure something that I keep in consideration, but for this trade, for all the explanation I give you, is not only the only reason I let's say try to approach this market. So this is the main swing position I'm looking, and the reason, as I explained, high time frame downtrend, low time frame downtrend, ranges showing sign of distribution, and resistance and support level flipped bearishly because support has been lost and potentially now is resistance once again. Want to give you also a potential bullish scenario, not something probably that I will trade, but could become, let's say, a trade. But before moving to this, that let's say is the last concept on the video, I'd like to remind you that I'm partnered with Breakout, that is probably the most reliable and professional prop firm dedicated and specialized on crypto, and especially because last week they lowered the price drastically on their account. You can see here, for example, the 100k account, now the one step turbo, that's, to be completely honest, is a little bit more difficult to buy, as very low price as 330, plus you will get the 2% discount using my code. The normal one is decrease the price, but is still at around $800. So why it's more difficult, you will see here, because the max daily loss is the same, but the maximum drawdown is much lower. So if you lose more than 10% static, you will fail the valuation, or you will breach the account and will need to buy it again, while this one is for sure more expensive because it gives you more room to breathe. Remember that in case you purchase any of this account using my code down that you can find in the description down below, you will have a 2% discount. Then if you follow me next, you will see that I run also campaign, giveaways, and discount cashback from my pocket. But the concept is, you buy an account, you have to pass an evaluation. Once you pass the evaluation, to prove that you can trade, you will be borrow this capital, and all the profit you do while you have this borrowed capital, while respecting the rules of max daily loss, max drawdown, and so on, you will be able to split up to 90% of the profits for you and 10% for Breakout. So if you want to try a prop firm, my recommendation is Breakout. You'll find the link in the description below, along with my discount code. So just to go back to the Bitcoin chart, so I think I gave you full explanation why I see reason to be swing short in this moment. I also gave reason, as always, openly and transparently, where this idea is invalidated. So you always have to have an invalidation, because we as traders, we are never right. We just try to play a game of probability, or the market is right. So in case the market have other plan different from the one that I'm seeing, this idea will be invalidated and we will reassess. But as I promised, I also can see, let's say, some possibility for long positioning, and let's say the way you could try to do it. Not sure I will be interested because of all the reason I gave you, but if you have a different, let's say, view on the market, and you still believe that this is potentially a bullish retest of this range or whatever, I think that the famous 1 hour trend and the ranges here will help you in case to navigate a potential short, a potential long. And the exact way you could try to do it is the fact that if the 1 hour trend is reclaimed, price could potentially break above this range. So try to follow me. Bullish deviation, range reclaim, and move higher. So if this range start to show this sign of accumulation, somehow here borderline we have the invalidation of my bullish thesis. And the idea would look something like this. Range is reclaim, range is retested, 1 hour is reclaim. My view is more or less that we should not do more than this and come down, but I can understand that somebody can see this happening. So how you would position here, my view would be if the 1 hour trend catch up and if this reclaim range is breaking up, instead of the deviation you try to long move higher. So instead of looking what I'm looking or what I'm hoping is happening, that is something like this, in case we go higher, then we break down and we make a bearish deviation on top of this range, you position yourself, let's say, against me or opposite on my view, and it's completely fine because market exists, because we all see different things, and you do it in confluence with a range breakout and the 1 hour trend on a trade that would look something like this. Range is broken, 1 hour trend is catching up, you look for accumulation here, so potentially a break of this range, a move up to the famous level we have from that old range, Fibonacci, whatever. That is more or less this one, to make it super simple. So a move here in the golden pocket for a trade that will look something like this. You look at the local structure, you know that you are betting on this range being an accumulation range and a breakout, so you wait it break, you retest, and then you move higher in confluence with the 1 hour trend. So I just wanted you to give the alternative view. I'm probably not going to position myself like this, but it's an alternative view where this view would clearly invalidate my high time frame or swing position short that I explained you. I think is everything for today. No need to keep it too long, but if you have any question, please drop them in the comment below or in my post on X. If you want to take trades and you want to try a prop firm, make sure to try breakout on using the referral link down in the description below. And as always, try to engage with my content, leave a comment and a like, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll see in the next one, and we'll update each other on X as the price action evolve. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Stay safe out there.